You know I'm a hustler, hustler. You know I'm a hustler, hustler.
Hey, it's your boy Luan, the Don, back again with another episode of a repeat. Yes, there's only a few people that had the honor to come here twice, and Kaitlyn is one of those cool people. And you see repeat guests here coming up pretty soon. But I believe in Caitlin Young as a person. I believe in Caitlin Young as a business owner. I believe in Caitlin Young as a friend and a trusted advisor. Therefore, I bring Caitlin back again one more time to share a little bit more about her knowledge. Because the last episode, she's talked about what an awesome person she is and her personal story of how she overcome multiple event in her life to get to where she is today. And we didn't really get a chance to dig that deep into where she is right now and what's what her plan is for the future. So let's dig in, shall we? Welcome to the show, Caitlin Young.
Thank you so much for having me back on and for the amazing intro. Really excited to be here chopping it up with you again and to dive a little deeper.
So I know what since the last time we spoke, you have told me that you grow tremendously in personal and business life, and you had some a few breakthrough moment. Can you kind of tell me about one of them?
Yeah. So we've doubled our staff since we last talked. We were at about 4 last time. Now we're just approaching 7. So we're getting close to that double mark.
Woo!
Yep.
Damn!
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. A lot of learning curves, but that's part of the business owner journey, right? It's
Yeah.
learning what works, what doesn't, and taking those systems and making it repeatable. So that's kind of where we've been focusing on is really just making sure our team has the tools that they need to do the job we need them to do, and then also just making sure we're still curating that client relationship at the same time. So it's definitely been an exciting journey. And then we also are moving in October, so it's just lots of exciting stuff going on.
Um, where you moved to? Where you moving to?
We're
It's funny
moving
how
to Dallas, Texas.
it's
We're
funny how
gonna
you just like slid that in.
go.
Yeah, and we moving too. It's cool. It's nothing, moving across the country.
It's all good.
you know, one of the saying that I really like a lot is you gotta move across the country, across the world at least once in your life. you know, uh, because then you have the perspective of what it used to be to what it is now. Um, so, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen next year when you're in the Dallas?
I think that we'll keep expanding that, especially being around like-minded individuals. That's one of the main reasons we're moving is there's some great people here in Grand Rapids, don't get me wrong, but there are certain people that when I am in their midst because they push me to be better, it makes me better and it makes my husband better. Everybody keeps leveling up because we all have that same mentality, right? And so if you're not around that kind of personality, you get complacent. And that's happened with me before, where you kind of like pause and you're like, well, no one's going to kick my butt today because I'm the business owner, so I'll just chill out. But no, I realized that I need that community piece where I have people that will kick me in the ass, and I'll kick myself in the ass because I'm also competitive, right? So if I see someone else that I know and love doing something that is heightening themselves, I'm gonna be like, oh, they can't one up me, right? I have that inner competitive nature. So
So when you say that, you double in size, um, what was what was your role then, and what is your role now, and how has it evolved? Uh,
Yeah.
quickly, really. We could call it evolution or revolution, whatever. But how has that role changed from when you were this size and now you double in size? What's just tell me a little bit about the transformation that happened there.
Yeah, so when you're first starting in business, and you're going along, you're wearing all the hats, right? You're wearing for me, my production is content creation. So I'm content creating, I'm creating captions, I'm creating strategy, right? And then I'm doing my bookkeeping, I'm doing every little piece. I'm creating funnels on the back end, doing everything. And it got to a point that I was like, I have great revenue coming in now, but I don't have the time. So time is one of our most valuable assets. So instead, now I trained money for time. So I started finding people that aligned with me. It took me a few toads to find the right COO, but once I got her in there, like now she has a system and she's like the first to, kind of ask me, what do I need, things like that. She's so on top of it. So having someone that's not just a employee, but believes in your brand and mission that literally is like helping to keep you focused. Because if there's anything about me, I get great ideas and then I bounce. And I'm like, oh, we could do this and and I go down rabbit holes. So she makes sure I don't go down the rabbit holes all the time. Like once in a while when it makes sense, yes, but I'm staying focused on the mission, which in turn has helped focus the mission to grow more. So then it got to a point that the back end was looking good, but I have more clients coming in. I just cannot handle the quality at the quantity that was coming in. So I started looking at hiring VAs. So I had a few VAs, and then I started hiring in the States. Now I have, 4 in-state employees that, are all over the country. We're pretty flexible that way, but it's cool because they are on the same mission with me and they're really excited to make the company grow, and they're in it for more than just the paycheck. They're in it because they see the impact it's making. And that culture is the thing I'm most proud about because that comes from literally every week talking about our core values. That comes from talking about how important it is for our clients to grow, how important it is to hit our metrics, things like that. And just really making it not a, hey, come get a paycheck, come do this, right? But making it more of like we have an opportunity to serve. And when we do that, everybody wins. And so it's been a really exciting journey. We've had some hiccups where my SOPs got lost, had to create new ones. We've had things where I wasn't communicating as great, but then I learned how to. It's been a learning experience, but it's happened very quickly.
Man, so much to unpack there. But there's I think you say this word like 18 million times already. SOPs. SOP is like, so for those that don't know what SOP is, it's called standard operating procedures. What it is a set of steps and but what I call it is the key to the kingdom, right?
Hmm.
Uh, you know, because it's allow you to multiply yourself pretty much. And me and Caitlin are going through the same journey right now. We pretty much been doubling in size since we started year over year. So now we're on the fourth double, which is 5 to 10. And I mean, my role is transition from the same. I'm not much of a producer anymore. I'm much more of a director of people,
Hmm.
and to direct people efficiently, you gotta give them a guideline. I'm a fan of simple SOP with how to do it and deliverable. Deliver. So there's how to do it and deliver are two different things. Deliverable is what you must get done, and how to do it is how you do it. How do I do it? Right? But I so the way I manage them is the deliverable. I'm gonna judge you very harsh on that. But how to get there? I mean, as long as you don't, cost the company to lose a bunch of fucking money, then I'll listen to what you have to say. Um, but I believe in some form of decision making should be passed down to your second in command or whoever that you're managing.
I agree. I agree. I think one of the biggest mistakes I made early on is I micromanaged. I micromanaged every little piece. And so then when someone got to a point that they didn't need that, they expected it, right?
Oh,
And so
the
then they were
worst.
coming to me with every question, everything, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I created this monster, and this is completely on me because I made it that way, right?" And so I think being able to give freedom, like, yeah, establish this is the end result we want, this is what we're going for, but giving the freedom for them to decide how to get there. Like you have your guideline on how you did it, but giving them the freedom to be creative, to find more innovative ways to do it. Absolutely game changer to give them some decision-making power.
Yeah. So I I don't know if I have a way of micromanage people really. I mean, there's a few things that absolutely care about is get biz, do biz, and get paid. So as long as the money coming on the front end and the money coming in on the back end and leads are being answered, that's me as much as I don't do anything fancy. We absolutely that's all we do is the fundamental. Well, like calling lead back early or pick up the phone when they call, like just the simple things. That's really all I care about. And how do you get there? Like I almost let that person that owed the role come up with the SOP
Mhm.
so they can train their replacement on their way of doing it. So the company has evolved in not just my brain anymore, but
I
now
like that.
everybody else's brain is being used to build the company up.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge because like, as you grow and stuff, you don't have the capacity either to create every single SOP yourself either, especially as you grow. And so being able to give them the power to create that so that way they can train their replacement if they move up or leave or whatever is huge.
Yeah, because what you don't want to be doing is, I think, you probably already ran into this, is you have to train everybody, right? That is
Yeah.
not what I want to do, and I mean, just let's drill down the importance of SOP and meeting. Uh, it just, we got to give people a direction of where the road is ship, where the where's the destination, and how do we get there, right? And I mean, having regular meeting changed the game for us in
Yeah.
terms of you know, everybody knows their assignment, what to do, when to do, how to do it, and that set the tone for a whole week or the next 7 days or whatever. So extremely important.
Yeah, meetings are huge. Between the meetings and our tool we use ClickUp, like being able to really like be clear on like, you know, the mission, the core values, going over what the plan is for the week, what the expectations are, just takes away the miscommunication issues. It takes away the issues of people not having clarity because they can ask in that meeting. They can be like, "Hey, I don't really quite understand this," get clarity. Or they if there's something that they have a concern of, they can bring it up, and so it makes it a lot easier to address those. And they know, like, hey, if there's something, I have this meeting coming up that I can bring that to.
Yeah, that's I'm in construction, so there's problems 7 days a week. You know, almost 24/7, right? And
Mhm.
it depends on who you run into. There's people out there that will make sure that it stays a problem uh, before you can get to them to fix the problem. So having a meeting to where we can problem solve live of how the company is going to operate is and the second thing that happen when you do that is you build culture.
Mhm.
You have a place where people can get together one time a week, you know, is build that bond between people and create a community between them. Um, so that's very interesting. I've been enjoying growing that grow really. So
Yeah, it's an exciting journey for sure. I love learning new things and being able to, always improve. And so it's been exciting, especially this year, to see how much of that has come out.
what's what made you I think I asked this already, but like why now? Why Dallas? Why now?
Dallas, really it's the community, but also just to get warmer weather too, because
Oh,
Michigan cold is
tell me
a little
about that.
brutal. Gets a little brutal. So being able to go down there, also the housing market, like if for what we pay for a townhouse, I can get a brand new house down there, right? Like it's a no-brainer to me to have a nice yard where my dogs can run because we have a crap ton of animals. But being able to have a spot where they can enjoy the community is huge, being around like-minded people and just also spread our wings a bit, right? Because even though like we love our families and they're near us and stuff, being able to get out on our own and own it is kind of a huge thing for us.
Nice, nice. Um, Man, your life's gonna change in Dallas. There's a lot of talent out there, and there's a lot of you can get anywhere from Dallas too. So it's not like you're that far from Michigan anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
just a plane ride away.
yeah. And then they do have some damn land out there. Let me tell you. You know. Um. So moving to Dallas, you're buying a house, right? Did I hear that
Mhm.
right? God
Yeah,
damn.
buying or
Damn.
renting for a few months and then buying. But the goal is to buy, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, houses are big down there. Like houses are expensive up there. I just got my they just reassessed my house that I'm currently in. It went from 180,000 to 240. I'm like, what the fuck, dog? Like they just like raised my taxes 33%
Oh my.
overnight. I'm like, that's the so inflation hit in every aspect, right?
Mhm. Yeah, right now, like we live in a townhouse and it like our lease is up in August. We're gonna stay a few more months and then go find a house and stuff. But it's funny, it's like literally 2K for this, and I can go get a brand new house for us in Dallas. I'm like, okay.
Oh, 100%, a hundred
Hmm.
percent. But building a business, allow you to do that, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And
Business.
with the business like you're not really uh location bound,
No, that's the beauty of it, is I
you
can
know.
literally work anywhere. I can go out on a beach in Miami and chill out and work if I
Hey,
want.
shut up.
I'll be
uh,
thinking of you.
uh, yeah, and one of my mentor, Brian Diamond, told me this. Uh, you have no idea that if you own a business, you have no idea that you hold the key to freedom if you get the right information, right?
Yeah.
If you implement the right information, and if you're willing to get punched in the face, kicked in the nuts, get your face scrapped, go to war a little bit. If you're willing to go through all that, that's a better future. You
Yeah.
know, you can actually own a business because there is that's a difference when I characterize business, right? There's three types in my opinion. Is the first type is you are the business, say you're a coach, and your business is coaching, and you are the one who doing the coaching. Then you don't have a business; you have a glorified job, right? So that's one type of business, and you see this a lot, like hairdresser, right? Hairdresser, um, you know, Uber driver, whatever. They are the business. It's really not scalable
Yeah.
unless they can scale it, but they just have to. Okay, how do I scale cutting hair? Well, I gotta get more hair, motherfucker, to come work for me, and I got to charge a premium so I can make a profit. So you can scale any businesses, any services, anything really. Um, so when you get in that mindset, that mentality is you don't have to stop what you're doing. You can still do the same thing because you're already good at it. You just have to train yourself out of that position,
Yeah.
because the first leverage is time and physical. So you have to use your body and you have to train your body for the time or your skill for the time. Doctor to me is still in that category,
Hmm. I
high
agree.
income, gotta have a business, a practice for themselves. If they stop working, the money stop flowing.
Yeah.
Now there's a second kind of business that what I call is Um, a little bit high level. The owner is still there, do a little bit of work, but still very much involved in the day, in the day to day. Maybe at, not at the front line level, but maybe more of a director level, or a manager, a GM, general manager level.
Hmm.
And that's where I'm in right now. So is the owner is still pretty much involved in the business, right? And it's pumping out cash. It's good business or bad business, whatever. But you can't afford to go away for a little bit without shit really go loose. But you go away for a lot of bit, then you're gonna end up with a lot of piss off people because you don't have a snake of the head there, right? Uh,
Hmm.
and then you move forward with a type of owning a business. Truly is owning a business is the business doesn't require you to be there, or very minimal effort, kind of like a board director kind of effort, probably 4 or 5 hours a week, if that. uh eh, Meeting with a few people, to see how everything is going. So that is what I call owning a true business. But the where we want to be is in the third bucket is when we minimally involved in the business. very high and strategic thinking. So what I see is, when people try to move from one bucket to the other, they get their ass kicked a few times, and they'll be like, "Man, fuck all this shit. Fuck all the people. Everybody is bad. Can't find good people. God damn it, I'm just gonna go do it myself and fall back to the other bucket." The same thing when and when it's like, what the analogy is, you have to let go, because the reason why it wouldn't work out is you holding on to the very thing that get you here,
Yeah, you
which is
can't stay where you
producing
are.
and
Mm.
training and directing people. But when is if you want to own something, it's require another level of like not give a fuck, you know,
Yeah,
and, and
100%.
yeah. But that's so you have how many dog and cats?
2 dogs, 3 cats.
Oh, you ain't that bad.
Not yet.
Not
Guess
yet. Not yet. Shit. Shit.
That's why we're moving to Texas, man. It's to make more room for more animals.
Yeah, you gonna get a llama down there or something?
Oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
the ultimate goal is to have a retreat center with hundreds of llamas and like have a spot
Nice.
people can come get away. So we'll
And
get there.
be like, I'd be having two llama right here. I'd be meditating at the same time.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. What is your 3 years goal then?
3 years goal, we would like to be at 2 million, would be the goal, and then have me not in the content creation at all. I would be starting to invest in properties and stuff as well, to make money on the back end. Putting my money to work for me, and then from that, the goal is to buy land, slowly build on it to get to that, goal of having a place where I can go get away with my llamas, have people host retreats and stuff there. So that'll be another piece there. But also, at that point, my husband will be retired from his job. That the goal is to make that happen by the end of this year. So at that point, we'd hope to have adopted a kid or two by then too.
Mm, that's awesome.
Mhm.
How hard did you work to write out all this vision?
How hard do I
Yeah,
work?
how hard did it take you to paint the vision like that?
Oh my gosh. Years. I mean, it's the basic vision was established like 2 years ago, but it's grown a lot more specifically over time. Like I always take every month, at least once a month, I sit down and I look at my vision and I sit down and map it out and make sure we're still on track for it. Having the SWAT meetings with my team every quarter to go over where we're at in that vision process because I made the vision not just my vision, but the vision for the company, the vision for my team. Like I get them bought into the vision, and that has made a huge difference because they get excited when we hit a milestone. They get excited when we level up, when we bring on new clients and stuff, because they are just as excited about it. So that's made it a lot easier to keep it in front of me because I'm keeping it in front of the team. I'm keeping it in front of Scott. I'm keeping it in front of my coaches. So I did that intentionally because I know if I talk about it, I'm more likely to be about it. I'm more likely to take the actions to get me to where we need to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's been awesome watching your journey and how you overcome a lot of stuff. And I'm when it comes to service provider, I have a little bit more leeway with when I hire service provider in terms of their scheduling, their ever constant changing infrastructure, because at the end of the day, when we think about, subcontractor and 1099 and W-2, When it's a W-2 employee, you are responsible 100% for their livelihood. But when if there's subcontractors, that means they are responsible for their own livelihood because they have a company and they are responsible for their people in their company.
Hmm.
So there's a most people treat them a little bit stricter, but I have a little bit more leeway because they took that responsibility away from me. I don't have to be responsible for that. If I don't have work, if I don't have job, you're the first one I cut first. So, like if
Hmm.
you see from that lens of perspective, I always try to give a little bit more grace, right? But a W-2 employee, hey man, like you eat my money, I'm paying taxes on your ass.
Yep.
you know, but anyway, if people are good worker, they would go worker. It doesn't matter if they're a subcontractor, but they're W-2, right? So
Yeah, I agree. I
yeah,
agree. I have a couple of my people on as subcontractors and giving them that ability to be in charge and take that responsibility, but it has been cool to see.
yeah. Well, coming up on the end here, what do you say that would help you the most in creating these SOP? How you do it?
So what we do is we record a Loom video. So I'll go through, or one of my people will, depending who's making the SOP, and we create a Loom video recording on the screen what we're doing. Right? We're talking about through the process, and then what we do is we transcribe that Loom video. And so then we put it into our template we have for SOPs,
Ooh,
put it there, and then boom, we're done.
can't be that easy, right?
It is. It's sad to
No,
be that
no,
long through it.
stop,
But
stop.
it
I was
is
expecting like a 10-minute answer, and I got like, it can't be that easy. Then and why the fuck aren't people creating SOP?
because we make it a bigger deal than it is. I'm guilty as charged of it, where I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to take an hour, create this SOP, when in reality, I need 5 minutes,
Like,
send it over to my person, and they put it in the document. I'm like, gosh dang it,
uh,
I have no excuses.
yeah, that's funny you say that because every time when I bring on new people and I'm like, oh, to write out my process, I have to train them, and then when I actually do it, it's like, you know, whatever, you know, easy.
Yep. Yep, exactly. It's
Yeah,
like
just gotta find the right people. I think that's the hardest thing is hiring.
it
Hiring.
was definitely the hardest piece for me until um I started hiring people that my COO would bring to me. She knows the mission, she knows the vision, and so she was keeping her eyes out for me. And every hire I've had so far by her, knock on wood, has worked out exceptionally. I've gotten very blessed there. Like, I cannot complain at all. I know that's not how it usually is for people. So I'm like knocking on wood and just enjoying it.
Yeah, I've been blessed by being able to attract a lot of high quality talent. Um, but it's the people game is hard. It's hard because uh, if you make a bad hire, it's you're losing money on that
Yeah,
hire. You're losing the production, and you're losing the money that pay them, and you're losing the training that you provided to them, and you're losing your time as well in training them.
yeah,
Right. So then when people had that happen, they are usually gun shy for a little bit, right?
yep,
But what I would recommend is go hire another one
yeah.
because right
Hiring
now
too.
you're still in training mode. You're a little bit better. You got a little bit more process, a little bit more understanding of the interviewing process. So the best time to hire is after a bad hire.
I agree with that. Yep.
So that's just part of your knowledge. Now if you make another wrong hire, okay, maybe it's time to ask an expert to come in and evaluate your hiring process and see if anything can be improved. Or maybe it's your ad. Maybe you have shitty ad. Maybe you have shitty culture nobody want to work for. Um, so so then, it's just like marketing, sales, the anything, the more you hire, the better you get at it.
Yep. 100%. I was a nightmare at first because I'd be like, yeah, I'm hiring you. I don't really know what this is going to do, but we're going to just do it. Definitely got a lot better after a
Oh, I
while.
I grill people now. I'm like, what's your
Same.
bullshit? Okay, so tell me a time when you fucked up. You know, I I'm like real sergeant now. Like, can you type? Just
Yeah.
a simple question, but like if you don't ask, you don't know,
Yeah,
right?
that's the same. Like, I had to get really clear on asking when I was interviewing people for content. One of the questions that you don't think about is, can you write good copy in English? Like, that's, being able to have good grammar, good typing skills, things like that. Like, I get a little like crazy on it. Like, can you do it without Chat GPT? Like, can you do it? Without this tool and that tool, because I'm not opposed to people using certain tools, but I want to know they have the knowledge and ability to execute the task without the help of it. I want to know that they can make the task happen, even if like something went down, right? Like we could still
Yeah.
make it happen. And I had to learn that the hard way because I wasn't asking those questions, and then I was getting upset because the quality wasn't there. And I realized I was the one to blame because I didn't ask the questions in the first place. I didn't vet them correctly. So you get what you don't ask.
You get what you get, and don't throw a fist, right?
Exactly.
It's such a good episode. That's some big plans you got there. Well, Caitlin, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being awesome. All right, I
Thank you for having me on.
second time.
You know I'm a hustler, hustler. You know I'm a hustler, hustler.